Hello, I hope you're well and thriving, and your spring grass is coming up great, and you have an abundance of fat livestock, and you are making more money by converting your grasses to saleable products as efficiently as possible. Do you know what is it that stops your farm or ranch from reaching its potential? I mean, we know that your land has a certain potential and receives sunlight and rain depending on location, right? But what is the potential that your land has? Could soil fertility limit your land from producing more and better grass? Would you be able to produce more grass, leafier grass that provides better nutrition to your livestock if your farm was in a different environment? Maybe with better and spongier soil? Maybe with a higher long-lived soil carbon content? I want to tell you that a long time ago, before man, most places and environments produced much more than after man came and eventually degraded the environment. It is true that when white men came to America, they found a better environment and productivity than what we have now. But it was already a degraded environment compared to its potential. When I first learned this, I was amazed, having always thought that when white men came to America, it was a pristine and untouched environment. But it was already degraded, and soil fertility was already much less than potential. How can we know this? By studying fossil bones, fossil pollen, and carbon analysis of soil. Back in time, around 50,000 years ago and further back, there was a large population of huge herbivores that were hindgut fermenters, and they made around half of the total weight of herbivores on the land. Why is this important? Because hindgut fermenters can thrive on lower protein, higher fiber forages that ruminants cannot, and their role was very important in the land achieving its potential. After they were killed off and went extinct, no other herbivore species filled their very important roles. And what were these very important roles? Well, the most important one was to achieve a total graze after the vast herds of ruminants took the best parts of grasses and forages and had to migrate from necessity to other parts to find the higher quality grasses and forages they needed to thrive. While hand-gut fermenters consumed the rest, what was left, and then also had to migrate in search of food. So why is this so important? If we want to imitate nature in our grazing management, the nature that created the best soils in the world, we need to understand how these best and deepest soils in the world were created. The best soils in the world were created under grasslands, raised by herbivores, not under forests, as grasses store their energy excess below ground in roots and crowns. Long-lived organic carbon in soil is what gives it its fertility, and is what creates deep topsoil. As the trees store their energy in their trunks, they do not create such deep and fertile soils as grasslands. But a savanna is even more productive than just grass, and is what we need to focus on creating. Now, the other very important role of these huge hindgut fermenters now extinct herbivores was tree consumption and tree control, which maintained an open savanna with trees interspersed in the grasslands. Herbivores such as elephants, mastodons, mammoths, giant sloths, wild horses, zebras, and donkeys, all of them hindgut fermenters. Without them, our domesticated herbivores, cattle, sheep, and goats, which are all ruminants, struggled to achieve the final results that were achieved with the huge hindgut fermenters a long time ago. This is why forages and grasses have evolved to where their growth points are near the soil surface to withstand and survive severe grazing. And this is why grasses and forages store their energy in crowns and roots. And this is why basic plant physiology shows us that grasses respond better to a close graze when they have adequately recovered. So we can see that we can achieve similar results, but faster in building the levels of long-lived soil organic carbon, which is the true fertility of our soil, with livestock if we manage our grazing correctly. We also understand the need for better genetics in our livestock, all of them ruminants, to better manage our grazing and greatly increase our productivity per ranch or farm. How much can we increase our productivity with the total grazing program that imitates nature with our livestock? It imitates what was achieved by ruminants along with hindgut fermenters a long time ago. Well, the sky is the limit as we do not know. We need that in those years, the mass of herbivores per acre were much higher than now, which hints at better soil fertility. But we do not know how much we can increase our total productivity as it keeps going up every year. Normally, we double the stocking rate. Understanding stocking rate as the number of livestock in good body condition that you can maintain per year at a low cost. So we double the stocking rate the first year compared to rotational grazing, which was already around double of what continuous grazing had. But the first thing I recommend is to save money on hay feeding by stockpiling the excess grass you have in your spring. Then you will get the best results, as saving money is more important than increasing productivity if the extra productivity costs you money. Well, now you can see why severe grazing and non-selective grazing of adequately recovered grass is best. And you also get a high harvest efficiency that allows you to either stockpile grass to use later or allows you to give a longer rest period to your paddocks when growth slows down, minimizing overgrazing. And overgrazing happens when your livestock return to graze a paddock before it has recovered. Overgrazing is what damages your grass, kills your best species, and degrades your soil. Overgrazing is what has been happening for too long and will happen again under rotational grazing at the high stocking rates needed for profits nowadays. This is why the total grazing program has at the top of its priorities to minimize overgrazing. The other main priority is to maintain your livestock in good body condition. If you want to learn more about this, get my free 5-part masterclass, Triple Your Profits with Simple Steps, where you will learn my simple step-by-step plan to double your herd size without increasing your cost by going to the link www.rwranching.com/profits. These videos will help you to understand what can be accomplished and what is needed for you to get those results I have been talking about. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this blog. Subscribe to my weekly blog at www.rwranching.com. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube under Real Wealth Ranching by Jim Elizondo. May God bless you and see you next time.